Okay, so this could be a very bad idea or a very good idea, depending on, uh, I guess, which side of the fence you sit on regarding this issue. I mean, there's only like, for me, one rational position, but I don't know, bro. I don't know. We're talking about today, so let me just start by saying I want to dedicate like certain streams to specific topics, right? What's up, Crafty? What's up, Corn? Um, yeah, no worries, Corn. All good. I just saw chat, so that's why I'm only responding now. Hello. I don't know why Twitch does this, but um, I sometimes want to dedicate a stream per week, maybe. We'll see. To a topic where I physically just talk about that, right? Um, because I often talk about a bunch of things per stream, and I think if I can go in depth on the topic once per week, that'd be really cool. What's up, Elemental? How you doing? So for the gameplay, we're not going to be doing much like heavy stuff. I'm literally just going to go visit some end cities because I need more elytras for a project I'm planning. So it won't be that intense gameplay wise, but you know, think of this as like a little uh, podcast, I guess. I guess streams are kind of just like that in general, right? But like I said, we're dedicating this to one topic. Let's say one of the hottest topics recently for Minecraft. Um, Maybe even the hottest because there's not really anything to talk about, right? In my opinion, recently. The pinned message is working, yeah. So hopefully you guys can see the pinned message. I tried doing the pinned message yesterday, but it just didn't work. So thank you, Twitch, for always working. I'm going to be playing with Prisma visuals today. I've been playing with Vibrant visuals a lot recently, but I want to play with Prismas, or I guess Starfish's iteration of Eevee. But yeah. So part of the reason why I want to do this on Twitter, right, or on Twitch, is because Twitter is just arse. When it comes to this topic, it's all I've been seeing is Minecraft versus Twitter or Hytale discourse and political stuff. So my Twitter feed right now is complete buns. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, but let's talk about it, I guess. Hytale hasn't been out for like a week. I'm pretty sure, right? Not even a week. Maybe like 5 days. What was it? The 12th. And how would you feel about Minecraft adding animations to the vanilla game, some sections and stuff, and Hytale? So, I'll talk about this very briefly because it does relate to Hytale as well, technically. This pack has custom animations, but I don't have them turned on. I don't. It depends. I'm very iffy when it comes to animations. I don't want it to be too intense, like too weird. Does it make sense? I wouldn't be against it though. I think like the next drop is going to touch on animations a little bit. It already has, right, with rabbits and stuff. So I wouldn't be too against it. I'm just going to run into my flower. Okay, give me a second here. Okay, we're good. No mobs spawning. Maybe as a toggle, similar to VV. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. We're not going to take a boat because it's not that far away, getting to Portal. Yeah, so the game Hytale hasn't been out for like a week, and even then, it's like early access, right? It's the earliest iteration because Simon wanted to push out a game as quickly as he could. I have no issue with that, by the way. I can understand from a game developer point of view why someone would want to push out Hytale as quickly as possible. Um, I don't want to talk about like if Hytale is good or not because I have not played Hytale. I physically cannot play Hytale either, even if I wanted to, which I do. Um, so my opinions on Hytale are very like vague because I don't want to be like this game is amazing or this game is terrible because I've not played with it. It's the same with the Minecraft movie, right? I don't, from the looks of things, I don't think it's good, but I don't know if it is good or bad because I've not watched it, right? So I can't say definitively it's terrible, right? I can say I think it's bad, but I can't, in good conscience, say it's bad or good, right? Now, obviously, Minecraft, I don't think. What's up, Just? Is it Jose? I think it is, right? What's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, I guess. Dude, this boat is really annoying. But we're going to leave it here because I am too lazy to get rid of it. I think it's safe to say, like, Minecraft-wise, the community is very, very tired in kind of almost every aspect. I have not prepared for this at all. Wait a minute, I need to go back. Actually, no, I think I'm fine. We're fine. Let me just briefly prepare, though. The movie is a bit more dog shit plot-wise, but I love it because it respects the IP. Yeah. A lot of people are jumping on the Hytale train because it's just the meta right now. It's popular to be like, Minecraft is shit. It's not, right? But it's very popular to say that Minecraft is a terrible game. You know, its updates are garbage, stuff like that. It feels like, not gonna lie, with every new thing that happens to the game, it turns out to be a debate argument. Yeah, and it's kind of because Minecraft is this popular giant, like this juggernaut or conglomerate of a game. That it's gonna always get this. I love this effect, by the way, that this VV has. The Minecraft Hytale comparisons aren't going to stop. If anything, they're going to get even more ramped up, right, as Hytale progresses, and as Minecraft seemingly doesn't evolve. Now, the argument of Minecraft not evolving is a very good argument, but you cannot compare it to Hytale. What's up, Neon? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. You can't compare it to Hytale because Hytale is such a new and fresh game that it's just unfair to be like, heh, Hytale can do this in 1 week, whereas Minecraft is doing nothing. It's like, let's be real, right? These people want an end update, okay? Most likely, 9 times out of 10, because what is the biggest update that the game needs? I would say combat, but I'm biased, so I won't say combat. It is the end, right? Just look at this as this is actually good that we're doing this now. Look at this as an example. This place needs an update desperately. However, a lot of people have their own iterations of what the end should look like in a new update, right? The reason why this is a bad thing is because Mojang's vision of the end is different to yours and mine. Sure, it might have the same elements, like some same elements, right? I think a future end update will have elevated levels of islands. It won't be all the same. It'll be some higher, some lower, right? But I also think the end should spawn you in the end outer islands, right? They're not going to do that. Mojang aren't going to do that for the end update, right? What's up, Keefy? Hytale's going to kill Minecraft? I hope so. I'm kidding, by the way. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because Minecraft will push the end update, and no matter what, it is going to annoy a chunk of the player base. Because, one, it's being updated. A lot of people don't want the end to be updated, right? And two, it's not the vision we have, right? Or we may have. So they're using it as an excuse right now. But these people, like, they know, like, the average Twitter user is actually pretty smart, right? Like they know what they're doing. You know, they bait a lot, and it's smart. It's smart by them because a lot of them are verified. Um, and I do fall into this trap where I will engage with this rage bait, but it's just so tempting, right? Um, Realistically speaking, Minecraft, Mojang, however you want to call it, like however you want to refer to them as, is going to release a major update at some point. Now, I do not like this framing of at some point or soon. You guys know this. I hate when every single time they talk about some content comes to the game, it's always soon or at some point or in the future. I hate it. It's so vague and it's so corporation heavy that it's just terrible marketing, right? And I do think Mojang should break from it, right? Um, will they? Who knows? But a new update's coming soon, right? And as soon as it comes out, whatever it is, it could be a fourth dimension, it could be the end update, it could be the combat update, it could be whatever it is. Every person sitting on Hytale right now, every single one, I am confident in, will jump and play it, right? Every single forget the tourists that don't play the game, right? They haven't played the game since the Never update, for example, or even Update Aquatic. Um, every single person that's just shitting on Minecraft because Hytale is this beacon of a game will switch instantly for about a month when the update releases on this game, and then move back to Hytale, right? Because there are some things that Minecraft does better than Hytale. Objectively, I'm sorry, it just does, right? Will they do a yearly roadmap? I think Mojang should. I see no reason why they don't do a yearly roadmap. It would shut me up instantly because half my criticism is well, it is like my main criticism is that Mojang don't talk at all. Why do people always want Minecraft to just take features from other games to grow rather than working on? I do think Minecraft should take lessons from Hytale. Will they? No. Let's be honest, they're not going to, right? This is like Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby. I'm sorry, it just is, right? Have Mojang's updates been not very good? Uh, yeah, I would say so. For different reasons. The content in the drops isn't bad. It's not bad. It is the essence of what a drop is that is what is bad, right? Um, because objectively, if you put everything from Armored Paws to Mounts of Mayhem in one update, it would be the biggest update of all time, easily. Like it would wash. I'm sorry, it would wash the Never update and Caves and Cliffs. Um, we're not going to go for shulkers. We have a shulker farm, so we're not bothered about any shulkers. Minecraft should see Hytale's combat, offhand inventory, potions. Yes. The things I think Mojang should learn is or are the combat. I'm not saying the little knife thing. No, okay, let me just go on a bit of a tangent. Someone yesterday got really like fucking like annoyed that I called them knives. I'm sure we've seen the video of like some guy moving with the knives and was like, they're not knives, they're swords. And it's like, okay, but the point is that the guy's criticizing like Minecraft. It's like, yeah, but they're not knives. It's like, yeah, but the guy also said them. So I deleted the tweet, and someone also was like, why did you delete your tweet? It's because, like, apparently the guy was making fun of that rhetoric. Right. But anyway, that's besides the point. I don't think that knife movement should exist in the game. Technically, it already does, because the spear has literal, like, and then you bring that up, and it's like, okay, well, the spear has this, and so does the trident. And the guy, like, I sort of comment that I was like, I don't want to wait for rain to use the enchantment. So, well, you're just a little bitch. Like, I'm sorry, you're just a bitch. Like, if first of all, oceans, right? And I brought that up to him as well. I was like, okay, what about oceans? He's like, okay, well, oceans are barren. And I'm like, is this guy stuck in like 1.12? Like, are we, like, there's just, like, oh, like, what? And it's like, but Michael, these guys are rage based and clear. And it's sure, okay, like, a lot of them are 100%, right? And I shouldn't be engaged with them, right? It definitely drive down my Twitter or tweets per day, right? For sure. If I didn't engage with these losers. But the genuine, my argument to this sentiment, right? It's good. It's a valid argument. But my argument to that is, actual people believe this. Like, sure, this one guy might be joking, but that doesn't change the fact that people genuinely believe this stuff, right? So you have to. It doesn't matter if it's a joke from this person. The rhetoric you have to shut down all the time. What up on legit Hytale leaks? What's up, General? I saw your. I've been seeing your tweets recently on the timeline. They're very. What's the word? Very comedic. I do like the whole like breaking news. Hytale has revealed that they would not be adding sheep fucking to the game. That's because Hytale isn't Minecraft. Or, you know what I mean. I do like your comedy. It's very, very good. Obviously, there's some things in Hytale that would not make sense in the game, right? I don't like. I know this is an optional, but I don't like the keep an inventory aspect to it. Either you have items drop all at once, or none at all. I don't like this grey area where it's like 5 different options. That's just me. I think peaceful and easy mode on Minecraft should have keep inventory on by default, but that's just me. I don't like the stamina, but again, I'm speaking very loosely because I've not played the game, so it's very hard for me to be like I don't like this, and this because, you know. Interesting that saddles are here, by the way. Did they not remove them for leather? Interesting. I guess. I mean, I'm not against that. Seeing leather in entities might make me cry, but it's interesting how they didn't touch that. They didn't remove him from blacksmiths. That's weird. What else? I mean, I think Hytale should have a hunger system. I don't know what food does in Hytale. Is it just like how it was in Minecraft where you had to eat to regenerate food or health? Sorry, the full hunger bar. I'm not sure. Food instigated regen for health and stamina. Ooh, okay. And there are some things that like I don't think Hytale should have, right? I don't think Hytale should have something like the Elytra, in my opinion. But I mean, because they've got little dragons that they can. It's different for Hytale because they have dragons. We don't, right? And we probably never will have like a rideable dragon, which I don't know how I feel about. So the point of this is these are 2 different games. Like one's a sandbox survival. At the core, they have individual systems, but I'm saying at their core, if you look at them from face value. And Hytale, correct me if I'm wrong, is more RPG. I don't like survival RPG. I think them not adding a redstone as Hytale is a huge mistake. Yeah, that's very weird. But take them out their core, right? When you say to someone, I think Hytale or Minecraft should learn from Hytale's combat, which is true. I think they should, because again, Minecraft's combat is terrible, especially on Bedrock Edition. It is awful, right? I don't care what anyone says, right? Any other opinion, you're wrong. I'm sorry. You can't sit there and tell me that it's a good system. Like I've been stuck with this system for so long. Like trust me, I know. Can't stay on the stream for too long, unfortunately, but because I have a uni final. Good luck with that. I know how those are. Those are very rough. But all I gotta say is I find Hytale fans who despise Hytale or who despise Minecraft. Sorry, I can't read. Absolutely ridiculous. I think all of them are good on their own right. They both have fun on their own right. I can't read. I can't. Either I'm having a stroke or I can't read. I remember buying Minecraft with the money my grandma gave me. Minecraft holds a special place in my heart. See, this is the thing, right? You bring up a good point. Is that this new game was made by someone who loves Minecraft? Like, he has the biggest server in Minecraft, right? So it's just so weird to me that these Hytale people. And let's not pretend. A month ago you were playing Minecraft. I'm not talking about you directly, Hytale Leagues. I'm just talking more broadly to like these people. They were playing Minecraft, right? When Monster Mayhem released, they liked the spear and the zombie horse coming to the game finally. I think it's fine to prefer old combat. No, old combat doesn't exist. Not anymore. Pre 1.8 combat, there's no such thing as a core 1.8 combat because Bedrock has the foundation of 1.8 combat. I'll give you that, sure. Has 1.9 elements. I'm holding one right now in my hand. And for some reason also, because Java are doing it, but it makes sense for Java to do it, are adding test snapshot stuff. It is completely like unbalanced, right? All good for people not to be able to stay long. By the way, you'll be. But I mean, like, I don't know. Like, obviously, I don't want like them to be like, oh yeah, let's port over Hytale's combat because I do think it's the game seems a little bit unbalanced. I don't think the I can see them changing the daggers or knives or whatever they're called, right? Um, but this will be Simon's, and I wouldn't say like he's definitely run into this before. This will be Simon's test. I think will be changing a very fun gimmick because it is fun the dagger thing in the name of balance. Because a lot of people will not like it, and it'll be interesting to see Simon's response to that. Old combat was bad. Spamming is no fun. Whenever I go on the old combat, I get pulverized by a 10-year-old with who only knows how to spam click. Exactly right. People have been like talking to me about it, um, and being like, "Oh no, spamming is like fun and stuff." And I was like, "Dude, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry." Um, and I hate to be like that, but I used to play. I used to be in the PvP community on Console Edition, right? And a lot of people were good because they were just flat out good at the game, right? But a lot of people were good as well because they had fucking busted controllers, right? And you could just fucking turbo like spam them, and it was designed for that thing. Like, you literally abuse your controller for it, right? Like it wasn't good. It wasn't good back then in 2016, and it's not good now in 2026. Yeah, the dagger's movement being infinite is charged on yesterday. Is changed on yesterday's patch. Really interesting. PvPs for some reason really think that their preferences should be their priority. They shouldn't. The old combat should be balanced for survival. If you want the PvP on 1.8, that's cool. Yeah, I think I don't want to swerve too deep into combat, but do you need to look at both PvP and PvE, and both aren't good, in my opinion. So, as a whole, right, comparing the games is wrong because they're two different games, right? But it's also just like, why? Because you're pitting two games. It's the same thing that happened to Terraria, and I don't think people. I think people stopped comparing Minecraft and Terraria. I don't see anymore. I haven't seen it for a while, but like, why can't we let these two games live? Because it's not going to damage Minecraft. It's going to damage Hytale in the long run. Because there are going to be people that look at this and see see this rhetoric from Hytale players, who are also Minecraft players, but they're playing Hytale now, um, and be like, this game is terrible. I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to play this, right? And in the long run, it's going to hurt Hytale more. Devil's advocate, they can't change combat because Minecraft is invested in baby criers and kids who like the simplicity. My argument to that elemental is tough. You were going to get people that cry no matter what. People cried at Update Aquatic, at Village and Pillage, even at the Never update, at the Cave updates. Tough. Would be my response to that. I don't give a fuck. If you truly cared about Minecraft, and this might be controversial to say, you would be, what's the word? You would allow Mojang to flirt with the flirt with the idea of changing a outdated system. Does that make sense? Now, you don't have to like it at like what they're doing, but they should be allowed to change a system that's not been updated in 10 years. The test snapshots were amazing, genuine. And again, I've never played with them. I never got the chance to. Um, Everything that in the test snapshots rectified every single issue the combat update had. Everything. The sweeping edge rectified. The cooldowns rectified. Reach rectified. The saturation I think was being worked on. Crossbows were becoming better, which is good because crossbows are still arse, right? 7 years later, I think. I don't know when they were. They were added in Village and Pillage, but I don't know how long ago that was. Every new player I see plays Java, always spam clicks for a long time because they're just able to do it. Crossbows, tridents, and even maces. I would say that maces are awful. Maces are the worst weapon. Like, there's just no reason to use them, in my opinion. There's no reason to use them at all. At all. Even like obviously it's not meant to be like not a replacement, but a what the fuck? A competitor to the sword or axes on Java. But it can't even be a gimmick weapon. I'm going to take this because I don't want the Bane of Arthropods. Although looting, we've got books. Why am I stressing about that? We've literally got so many books. I had someone say we don't need communication, we need system revamps, but IMO, we need communication to get. Yeah, saying we don't need communication and in the same breath saying, but we need the system to revamp is the most one-dimensional thinking I've ever thought. Because if they said tomorrow that they're updating combat and they said nothing else, they just made changes and had no impact, like from the community, the update would be terrible. Now, yes, with combat it might be a bit different because combat has at least got a foundation to work on. Maybe that's the worst example, but I think it still applies. I think a simple enchant system. I can hang on. Let me. I think a simple enchant system update could help tridents, crossbows, and mazes a lot, allowing sharpness, looting power. Yeah, maces are the most gimmicky weapon that Java ever made. It was perfect when you were able to use Windburst. See, the reason why it's terrible on Bedrock is you can't put Windburst or Wind charges in your offhand. That's it. Yes, you can combo them, but you have to do. Say I had a mace here, you'd have to switch and then hit, switch. Like, no, that's not good game design. It's just not good. I'm sorry, it's just not fun to use at all. So going back to Hytale, because there's a lot to talk about with combat, right? Um, but I want to get back to Hytale. Hytale, as like a blanket statement, Hytale is being used to dunk on Minecraft. it is not being enjoyed by these people. These people do not like Hytale. They're using it to be like. They're using it as a weapon to try and shit on Minecraft and Mojang. They do not care about Hytale. They certainly don't care about Minecraft, and they never will. I think they should either update the combat and add the parity to Bedrock, or make. I can't read today. I'm sorry, guys. And add parity to Bedrock, or make something that is good and works on all versions. Although I love Minecraft, I feel like Microsoft is really holding back the creative freedom. Like Slow Slime can't even say anything regarding the game on his streams. Yeah, 100%. They'd rather everyone have 0 cakes. And that's the thing. Why can't we have 2 cakes? Why? Both games can coexist and learn from each other and, stuff like that. Will they? Who knows? We'll see in like a year, right? Because I don't think. Let me get some water. I don't think any drop this year is affected by Hytale at all. I think every drop this year is already set in stone. In my opinion. I could be wrong. But I saw probably the most disgusting and unserious, divisive, repugnant tweet about this whole thing yesterday. And I replied to it, and I was like, "There's no way this is real. Like this can't be a genuine thought someone's actually had." Like, and then I walked away from it, and I was like, "No, it is." Even if that tweet itself is bait, there are genuinely people out there that think wardens are woke, and that like the games are terrible, and Agnes is. Don't even get me fucking dude. I'm just saying, if anyone in this chat hates Agnes, let it be known now, because I do not want you to interact with anything I do. I want to make that very clear, because I will not fucking handle the misogynistic, evil things I've been seeing about Agnes, because it is driving me up the wall, and no one deserves it. It is, to quote what people have been telling me for the past week, it's not that serious. And that's the thing, like, you are seeing literal, like, derogatory stuff being said about devs and the game, and people are like sleeping. And I'll tweet, "This isn't actually good. Like, this doesn't help anyone." And you have some person whose name is like Marcus, who has like 5,000 numbers in their name, who is like, "I actually agree with OP. You're just fucking stupid." And you go on their profile, and it's the most heinous shit. Like, there's nothing even Minecraft related. It's just the most heinous. Like, I don't get it. Why am I being shit on? And I hate to make this about me, but like, I'm just thinking, like, this happens to everyone. Why are we being shit on? And like the genuine, like, actual freaks are just being given a pass. Agnes I feel, is a genuine sweet person. She should be around more, 100%. Agnes' slander is unwelcomed, and most of the criticism about her looks. It is. No, it is misogynistic sexism, 100%. Yeah. It's not about me. I've been seeing it from, like, so many people. But then you'll say, like, you'll comment about it, Keithy, and then it's like, oh, but they're rage baiting. They're not being serious. It's okay. You're taking it too seriously. And I'm sorry, I personally have to deal with that every week. Even before Hytale came out, it was every fucking week where I would shit on someone for being fucking stupid. And some Twitter local would be like, "It's not that serious, bro." But you have to remember that a lot, like, the opinions on Twitter, especially on Twitter, aren't like the general consensus, right? At least I don't think so. I'm not saying I don't think so in that way, in like bad faith. I'm hoping the general consensus for Hytale players is Minecraft isn't bad because it doesn't give us the red dragon. That's what I want to believe, but it's very hard to, especially recently. But like with Mojang, it is a lose-lose situation because you could drop the fattest update tomorrow, right? Like literally game-changing in every dynamic, right? Doesn't matter. There will still be some people that are like, Hytale did this, and they'll hail some like. And I've made a joke, recently, like if like if Hypixel Hytale is the catalyst for offhand parity, I might owe Simon my life. I don't think that's the case. I don't think Hytale will be what gives us offhand parity. Although I will owe Simon my life. That is very true. But can you make couple? I don't think you can. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that as well. And that. We're gonna fly into a portal. We've got everything we need. I'm quite content with this. Actually, how many elytras? One more. We'll get one more elytra. Literally any feature that comes out this year is if people go this is this year. If people go this good thing isn't the devs' creativity and hard work. It's Hytale's hard work. Yeah. But the thing is, Korn, you'll have people that will call this out, and then they'll get shit on for it. And it's like, why? What? What? I don't understand. You can be annoyed that I'm bringing this up on Twitter every day. All right, I don't like doing it. I don't. Okay. I mean, the fact is, people actually really like that stuff, and I get a lot of likes because of it. But the fact that I don't enjoy doing it, right? But I have to, because how else are things going to change, right? You have to constantly nail it into people that you are fucking wrong. It's even worse, Hytale leaks with the Minecraft community. But then look at the other side of the spectrum, right? Minecraft will change the texture of animals, and it'll be like, this is literally the worst thing since. Like, insert really bad thing here, right? And it's like, it's just like they're just doing something fun and whimsical. Don't get me wrong, I didn't really particularly like that snapshot where they added baby animals, right? But I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. I'll say that I would prefer they done something more, and that with the initial snapshot. And I think it sucks that this was the thing we had to sit on for 2 weeks, maybe 3. Who knows what they do next week? But I also understand that there's like 3 more content snapshots that are coming. I like the idea. Like, I think baby animals should be retextured, 100%. I just think it was like one of the last things on my mind, personally. But someone at Mojang clearly has it as their number 1, which is fine. The essence of like a lot of people don't understand this point. Even now, how long have we had the drop system for? Even now, people don't understand that if you don't like all the drops, like a specific drop, sorry, that's fine. Because not every drop is catered towards you, right? At least in my opinion. Not every drop is supposed to be catered towards every single player type at all times. On an option for bigger heads and things like 3D noses. I'm just gonna hold my breath and wait and see what comes next. I personally want to see animation changes for most of the mobs. Um, animals, I mean. But I totally get the smaller drops, but it's really not helping anyone. It's really not helping because the hater community. Yeah, I don't. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the biggest fan of the drop system. I think every reason that they went for the drop system has completely been. Um, what's the word when you go into something and you completely change it, like, and it's like it didn't exist beforehand. I can't think of the word. Like you just completely erase it from history, and it's like nothing happened. And that new thing has always been the case. I feel like that's what happened with the identity of what the drop system was, in my opinion. Um, Sounds like Mandela effect, and there's also like a proper word for it. Um, but anyway, that's besides the point. I like the big updates. I do understand the drop system only if it means they're cooking big updates in the meantime. That's true. Not brainwashing, no. Um, but I'll be honest with you, Hytale leaks. Oh, anyone. I'll ask this question to anyone. Have we seen a major update in a drop since we've seen the drop system? Has there been a single update that has rivaled 1.21, which is our closest example? And that's not a gotcha question. I'm not trying to like rage debate, anything like that. Genuinely wondering if you think there has been a single drop that has amounted to the um, height of what a major update is. We're seeing Vivi on Java. Features, sure, right? Individual features, I think Vibrant Visuals is very close. The issue with Vibrant Visuals, it has the parity issue, and it's fucking insane. So unfortunately, it has to deduct a point from VV comparing to 1.21. Okay, so where I'm going with this, right? Let me explain because I don't want to seem like I'm trying to like get at a gotcha. Mojang can say, and I do believe them, and I think it's important to believe them when they say something like this. That a major update is coming and it is being worked on. A major update to the likes of the Never update and Cruising Cliffs, right? I think that's what people are saying, right? I do believe it. When? Because it's been like 2 years at this point, I think, roughly, give or take, maybe like 18 months, and radio silence on anything relating to a major update. If anything, the rhetoric around a major update has gotten worse because you've changed the numbering system, and now a lot more people think wrongly that now that the update system is no longer 1 dot something and it's 26 dot something, major updates aren't happening anymore. So you've made it worse. So now the major update that's coming, whether it's the end, enchanting, combat, whatever it is, looks bad when it releases. We need communication so bad. Okay, so something I want to like talk about as well. I get that the pet mobs are cute, the new pet mobs are cute, but they're still talking about it 3 weeks later. I would understand if it's a fully fleshed thing, but it's not. There's still work to be done. Why are we still being like, look guys, it's very cute on every single social media? We get it. We understand. The pig, the cat, the wolf, they're very cute, right? I like them. What's next? Please, just fucking I don't care. You can introduce the golden seahorse. Just tell me what's next, please. Microsoft needs to stop acting like this and just announce what they're doing. Just say what you're, yeah. And why even change the version number if it doesn't even... Yeah, aren't both numbers still different in some way? Like, isn't it still 26.20 and 26.1 respectively? Why? Even then, right? Oh, it doesn't tell you in game. The update Minecraft Bedrock recently got, isn't even on 26. Insert number here. It's still in the old 1.21. IP fucking thing. We're gonna completely change how updates work. Test it for a year, then not talk about how it's going at all. That's a good point, Keithy. They should. I don't know who. Agnes, Jeb, probably Jeb. Every Minecraft Live, like probably the winter one, should say, "This is how it's going." Like the reception of, they have the stats, right? Because I know they can do this. They can tell us like how they think the drop system is going because they are introducing similar events, small events every year, saying kill 1,000 mobs to get X item from the marketplace or something like that. So they clearly want engagement. Why are they not then taking the engagement from those things and doing something with it? Rather than making an Instagram story being like, we hit it, yay. Like, I was hosting a Realm. Realm literally died after we beat the dragon because no one knew what to do about. No one knew what to do after the end. There's nothing there. I think the reason why I'm reading really terribly right now is because there's like a lot of words. I'm trying to get through them as quickly as possible. So let me slow down. There's nothing there. Just add a new dimension in between the end and the overworld. Make the end worth it and stuff. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to sound like an arsehole, but the end is like the game's ending, but after that it's supposed to be your job to. But I see what you mean. I do agree that there's no. A lot of what the game's been doing recently, I'd argue since even 1.21, what was it? I don't trial Tales, whatever it was called, focused on early or mid game. I don't think we've seen a drop or an update in a long time that has addressed late game stuff. Once you beat a dragon, you really have to not see it as I have to do things using the end. You have to go back to Overworld and try to do stuff there. Like how people in Hermitcraft still carry on with their builds despite having their Elytra. Yeah, I mean, the Hermitcraft lot killed a dragon within the first week. Right? It took me almost a year on this world. The reason of some updates is also because of them expanding the marketplace team rather than trying to expand the actual Bedrock team. It's like really weird when it comes to Bedrock. I feel like they really wanted Bedrock to be the main version of Microsoft. Yeah. Who knew? Breaking news, guys. If you work on monetization things only and not quality of life or updates for the actual game, the game is much worse off. Now that should be an obvious thing to say, but there are genuinely people in Microsoft and Mojang. I'm not talking about the devs. I'm talking about the higher ups that don't understand that. Like it just doesn't. It's not that they're like dumb or something. It just doesn't register. It just doesn't compute, right? It's like their system 32 gets overloaded and it just breaks, right? Minecraft Bedrock is the most played version of the two. Fun fact. It has more players. Why? Not because it's good, because it's more accessible. It's not better than Java. Now Java isn't that much better. Um, and dude, I said that on Twitter and I got rinsed for it. Oh my god, Java players fucking hated when I said that. But it's true, it's not that much better, right? It's better. I think that's evident, right? And if you don't want to admit that, I think there's some level of delusion there, I think. Um, but it's, there's still some things Bedrock does better than Java. Main one being duplicating worlds, I think is a major one. We've got 30 diamonds. Not bad. Let me put these elytras somewhere. I'm using these for, like I said, there's future projects I have planned. So they're not ones I'm actually using for like storage or something. They're for something else. If they could have full parity without removing unique features from one, Bedrock has a chance of becoming better. Yeah. If I was the dude responsible for any Minecraft decision, I'd dump the Bedrock edition and try to import Java on other platforms, which is something that Hytale's planning to do via built-in emulator-like systems. Mm. Java on if I had to play Java, it'd brick this world completely. Now, a part of it is like cool because you'd have to like it'd be an experience to relearn redstone and stuff like that. But a part of it wouldn't be fun because every single farm I have would die. And I don't know. Initially, I would not be a fan of that. I had to. Do I have a chest for this? I mean, these are shulkers. Endstone? Okay, just go in there, I guess. Is that the only dragon head I have? No way. That I got from that, I mean. Yeah, I thought so. Let's take the diamonds and the horse armor. But it just sucks, bro, because Hytale is the discourse between Hytale and Minecraft are going to continue. It's going to continue, and it's going to get even worse. And it's just like sludge. Do I really have the energy to just constantly just like defend Minecraft? Because it is hard to defend Minecraft. I'm not going to lie to you. Recently, it is very hard for me I have not played this game like I've not had like a decent session of this game since when I've recovered from being ill, right? Because it's just hard. I need the game to have a good aura. I don't hate using that word. Like a good aura and feeling around it. And right now, it's no good feelings. But the silver lining, if there is one, to this, which I think it's a silver lining, is that the drop system does go through this, right? There are moments in every single drop that has down periods, but the drop itself comes back very strong. I've had this same feeling before. It could have been Monster Mate, it could have been Copper Age. I don't know what one it was. Where a drop was like very, very poor at the beginning. And I was like, I'm not going to enjoy this. And then something happened. Like a feature got, like something came into the update. And I was like, okay, I was wrong. Oh yeah, Microsoft definitely pulled the strings, 100%. You won't find me being like a Microsoft shill, by the way. I may play Minecraft, the game they own, on a console they also own, but I do not like Microsoft at all. I think they are scum, personally. Broadly. Maybe there are some good apples, but as far as I know, most of them are rotten, not golden. Either way, I think next week we will see some new content for the drop. Um, and obviously, I hope that it is good. Like it's a step up in some direction. Um, but I also hope that no one is gonna, and it's gonna happen. I don't know why I'm saying this. It's gonna be like they done this because of Hytale released last week. Did one of the first tweets I saw, when like they released a snapshot this week and it wasn't really anything. It was like bug fixes or whatever. Like technical changes, was maybe they're slowing down because of Hytale released this week. Now, when I saw that tweet, I laughed because it's like, you really think they? I like the iron bar texture in Prisma. That's pretty nice. You really think they changed their work around? They worked around Hytale releasing. No, but a part of me was like, this is not going to end well for the rest of the week, and I was right. It got worse every day since then. Okay. Let me read chat. Anyway, it's gonna head off now. Hopefully, we see good things from both Minecraft and Hytale. Love both. We had a good discussion also. Hope you have a nice stream. Thank you. I was gonna say, I keep saying Hypixel. Hytale Leaks. Thank you for stopping by and keep doing what you're doing as well. It's very good what you're doing. I've been getting all my Hytale and Minecraft info from you, by the way. That's not a good thing. My Twitter homepage is just full done has been Hytale, and it's actually so nice. It really disconnects me from the drama. Okay, I haven't gone on Twitter in a few. The fuck? Give me a second. I've not looked at my notifications, but I'm betting you that someone's been like, it's banter, bro. It's just a joke. They're not being serious. Oh my god, bro. Like, it's just like... I don't know. I just think it's very wrong to compare both games, right? It's like, okay, maybe you could compare Hytale and Minecraft in like a year time, right? I don't think you should, but fuck it, you know, it's your life, right? But to compare the games now, when one hasn't even been released for like a week, it's just wrong. And to like, what was it? Didn't Hytale get like a major update or something like that? And I know, like, honestly, I'll tell you, I get drawn in by Hytale's updates and Simon's communication, 100%. But it's like, how long do you think this is going to last? Because I think somewhere And I don't want this to happen, right? But somewhere, someone's gonna mess up. It's just natural in game development. Someone's gonna make the wrong decision, and it's gonna backfire on the community. And they're gonna realize that this game maybe isn't like shouldn't be like. I don't know why Hytale's been put on this fucking and this phenomenon of Hytale being put on this pedestal, being holier than thou, has existed honestly since the trailer came out that many years ago. Since then, it has been put on this pedestal as the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I genuinely, I mean this with all respect, can't understand why. But Simon will change something in the name of balancing, because that is what Hytale will need. Sure, things might seem very fun now, but the game will need balancing. Because you can't say the game won't, and then cry that it's too easy or too hard, right? So every game needs balancing. I don't know how balanced Hytale is. Maybe it's very balanced. Who knows, right? I guess the people that play it know, right? But no, idolizing it is scary. I feel like the Hytale levels are projecting talented Minecraft fans. Yeah. The thing is, right, like on Twitter, we bring up Twitter a lot because this is mostly where it happens. You don't really see it on YouTube or like Twitch or like anything else, right? I mean, you're sure on Twitch, like you get people that are like Minecraft 2 or something like that. But like on Twitter, you can either hate Minecraft, hate Mojang, or love Minecraft and like love multi-millionaire companies. There's no in between. And I'll be honest with you, I'm in between. I don't have like a full love relationship with Mojang. Minecraft is different, right? I always love Minecraft. But with Mojang, I don't. But I'm just defending Mojang a lot recently because they need to be defended, I think. And you can't even do that without people being like, you're a simp. No, there's a bad word on Twitch, please don't ban me. You're a simp, like, I just said it again. How dare you defend this multi-billionaire, like, company? Leave them alone, kind of thing. All Mojang can really do is take note of Hytale's success. Because it's valid. Hytale's success is very valid and earned because Hytale seems to be a very good game, right? And I do genuinely want, let me say this as well, Hytale to be successful as it can be. I don't like it shouldn't have a ceiling to success because I think it could be very good, right? But Minecraft's better. In individual elements, you could have a discussion, but overall, right, both games, Minecraft will always be better. It's better now, in an unfair comparison, because Hytale's been out for a week, and it's going to be better in a year when Hytale's had a year to develop. 5 years, 10 years, doesn't matter, right? Didn't Twitch ban the word sim from remotes? It actually did, yeah. It banned a lot of, like, suggestive poses, like, this was years ago. But, like, say, like, for example, you had an emote with Glorp, and it had, like, a sign saying simp. Like, he was holding a sign called simp. That'd be, like, removed from Twitch. But I hope Mojang take note of the success, but not of the community. Because Hytale's community are filled with bad actors who play Minecraft, who want to see Minecraft fail, right? And then just do their own thing. Just make good drops, deliver on parity, and performance and stuff like that. And you're good. Maybe, or not maybe, improve communication, and you'll literally swell. You're golden. Minecraft is not going to be threatened by Hytale. It's not going to be, it certainly isn't right now. So, I want to end the stream by saying I'm still going to call these people out. I know it's probably annoying to some people, right? But if I sat here and just let people shit on the games, both games, unfairly, knowing that it's not right, it just doesn't sit right with me. You know? At the end of the day, we've said this a few times this stream. Let's just have 2 cakes. Right, let's just have 2 cakes. And that's kind of the overall point to be made. Is that both games can thrive by themselves without taking lumps out of each other. Right? And so can the communities as well. Mostly Minecraft, because Minecraft's community is Hytale's community, in a sense. That might be unfair to say, but I think that's, right now, kind of justified. Long term, no, right? I think Hytale will develop its own community in its own corner, but a lot of the intrigue right now is from Minecraft players. Is that all the diamond stuff? I think, yeah, I gotta put you away. Why did I take you? Not really that good, actually. I've seen the Project Zomboid fanboys and Fallout fanbase get along really well. I think we could have that relationship. We should. We should. I think, honestly, YouTubers need to talk about it more. Because YouTubers can have a corner of this rhetoric and let it fester and grow in their own communities, right? But they're not really saying much. And I think that's a mistake. So before I do end stream as well, I want to talk about briefly, the reason why I've done this end busting trip is for the elytras. Eventually, Lightborn is going to get a graveyard and church. And I saw something. Are we lagging? We're lagging on my end. Oh boy. Good thing we're ending stream then. Bloody hell. But I saw a Instagram video of someone making fallen angels. What you do is you put an armor stand down with iron armor, and then put a block above the armor stand, and then the armor stand above that. Put an elytra on that armor stand above the other armor stand, break the block, and it becomes like this fallen angel type of thing. Because you can't put the elytra on chest plates, obviously. And I'm gonna yoink that idea because I've got no original ideas apparently. That'll be something we add or do after these 2 builds. But yeah, I'm gonna end stream. I'm also gonna type in chat that we're ending stream in case you can't hear me. So just bear with me. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Yeah, I like the discussion streams. Personally, I think we could do if there's something to talk about, that we can dedicate an entire. Because obviously we'll talk about Hytale and Minecraft Discourse in future streams, but I wanted to get the first bulk of the situation in one stream, right? No doubt this will probably be an occurrence if it gets worse, which I think it will. So yeah, we'll see. Um, we'll see what happens next week as well with the drops, with the next drop. Hopefully, I'm really hoping something happens. I've got this inkling feeling that something's not like there's gonna be no new content, which I'll be honest, I'll be very upset over if we see no new content. But prove me wrong, Mojang. You often do, so we'll see. But until then, until next stream, you muted the word Hytale on Twitter. It's a good idea. Until then, until next stream, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, evening. In case you were wondering, we were playing today with Prisma Visuals. It's a Vibrant Visuals enhancement, which I highly recommend. We did a review of it actually a few months ago, and it's very good. It's probably my favourite Vibrant Visuals enhancement. And yeah, talk to you guys later, and goodbye.